After 8 years and over 10,000 rockets, a time during which 1 million Israeli civilians were brought under constant threat, the IDF launched an operation of no alternative on December 28, 2008. Despite the fact that Israel withdrew completely from the Gaza Strip in 2005, and despite the Egyptian-brokered ceasefire in 2008, Hamas continued to smuggle rockets, continued to smuggle weapons, and continued to launch attacks on Israeli civilians. A year since Operation Cast Lead, the relative quiet in the region attests to the success of this IDF operation and our ability to deter extremist factors. Schools have reopened, children have returned to the playgrounds, and businesses have begun to function once again. We were faced with a brutal enemy, one that completely disregards the value of human life, bringing civilians under threat both on the Israeli side as well as those on their own. Booby-trapped homes, mosques used as weapons caches, rockets launched from schoolyards. This is the reality that the IDF faced during that operation. Nevertheless, the IDF stuck to its moral ground and did all it can in order to keep civilians out of harm. We dropped millions of leaflets, made thousands of phone calls, sent thousands of SMS text messages to private phones, and even broadcast on Palestinian radio waves. We did everything we could in order to limit the amount of civilian casualties, something that was made difficult by Hamas, who took advantage of this reality in order to put their own people in the line of fire. Since the end of Operation Cast Lead, 247 rockets and mortars have been launched at Israel. This is a 90% decrease since this same time last year. During Operation Cast Lead, the IDF operated in accordance with international law and adhered to the guidelines set by the international community. With that being said, mistakes do happen in the fog of war. And when mistakes happen, we investigate. It is our responsibility to ourselves to investigate these claims, and that's why long before critical reports were published, we had already investigated them. As a military of a democratic society, it is our responsibility, first and foremost to ourselves, to constantly be learning from our ways in order to improve ourselves in the future. The great challenge for us, as it is in the international community, in the battle against terrorism, is the fact that we value human life, whereas these terrorist organizations don't. Hamas and groups like it take full advantage of their own population while attacking other civilians. This is a new reality that we will all have to face, and we will have to learn how to deal with.